audience before.
All right, so Americans and Chileans are very different. They're not alike at all. Um, today, I'm going to talk about how they act together, the demographics of Chile, and their personal appearance and how they like to dress. So, according to Geert Hofstede, Chileans have a low masculinity, which means that they like to know how other people are doing. They're not very individualistic. They care for others and the quality of life of others, not just themselves. So they all work together in a sense to keep everyone's quality of life the same. They're not arrogant at all, and they're very modest people. They're known for focusing on well-being, and they like free time and a lot of leisure time. So they don't focus on work very much at all. They don't try to show financial status. They just kind of all dress the same. Nobody tries to showboat or anything, and they place value on close knit relationships. They like to feel comfortable in groups and have warm relationships with people and feel like they're wanted and they belong. The demographics of Chile are also different than the United States. The income inequality in Chile is very high. There's not really a middle class, so you have a lot of the rich people, and then you have very, very poor people. The high inequality in income is probably most likely due to education. Not everyone has access to very good education, so the very rich people have a lot more access to quality education as the poor people do not, and that's kind of is why that's such a big gap. There's a lot more immigrants coming to Chile. Chile was not a democracy until 1990, so there wasn't very immigrants there. People were actually migrating out of Chile, and then when it became a democracy, it became much more tourists. Many more tourists started to come in, and then other people from South American countries started to actually move to Chile. So become an immigrant country instead of people moving out. Lastly, I'm going to talk about how Chileans' appearance is and how they like to look. They like to mimic European and United States and how we dress. Many of the European dress they show is they like to dress up a lot. So they like to wear suits, watches, different things. They like to actually look like they're going to work in an office and not even if they're just going out to town or anything like that. They take much pride also in being clean and clean cut. They don't like to look ragged or anything, even if it's just they're staying in their house with their family. They take a lot of pride in being clean. With U.S. fashion, they like to wear American-made clothes, so clothes is made in America and shipped over, or made by American companies. And even the poor people there don't like to look like tattered or weathered or anything like that. So even if they don't have the money to buy clothes, expensive clothes, they try to make best of what they have to look nice. They don't want to look like they are at the bottom or very, very poor or anything like that. They want to look like they belong. So Chilean society, I talked about how they focus on the well-being of everyone and not just one person, or they focus on groups and they want everyone to be doing well and not just their self or their family. They focus on friend groups and how they want their friend groups to do. The demographics of Chile they talk about is how the income inequality is very high and the education accessibility is not very high at all. That is why the income inequality is high. And then I talked about how Chileans like to appear when they go out and what they like to dress like. Chile seems like a very interesting place to go to, and many people should visit it. This is the audience after.